This year, Eid al-Fitr began just like the ones before. We started the day early, preparing for the morning Eid prayer. The atmosphere at the mosque was festive yet peaceful. People greeted one another with smiles, dressed in their best clothes, and carried the spirit of forgiveness and togetherness that always come with the end of Ramadan. After the prayer, we visited a few nearby relatives, shared a simple meal, and welcomed guests at home. The whole day was filled with warmth, familiar voices, and the comfort of being with people we've known for a long time. The next day, we decided to take a short trip. Nothing too far or too complicated, just a calm drive to Solo City to visit my uncle and auntie. It had been quite some time since we last saw them, although we kept in touch through messages and occasional phone calls. It never felt quite the same as meeting in person. Being able to sit across from them, share food, and talk without screens and schedule felt more valuable now than ever. So we packed lightly, agreed on the plan, and left in the morning. The car ride was peaceful, the road had its moment of traffic, but overall it was steady. The sky was clear and the air felt warm. Inside the car, the atmosphere was quiet but comfortable. We were all just enjoying the road in our own way. Some of us talked a little, others listened to music or stared out of the window. The journey passed slowly but smoothly. We weren't in a rush, and that made the drive feel more relaxed. We arrived in Solo at around 2 in the afternoon. The city had a slower pace than the one we had just come from. It felt open, slightly quiet, and calm. We checked into our hotel first. It was small, clean place not far from where my uncle and auntie lived. After resting for a bit and freshening up, we made our way to their home. As we arrived, my uncle and auntie were already waiting for us outside. They greeted us with warmth and joy, their faces light, their face lighting up at the moment we stepped out of the car. My auntie had hugged my mother and smiled as if no time had passed. My uncle shook hands with my another uncle from Surabaya, then turned to greet each one of us one by one. It felt sincere and familiar, like coming home to people who never stop thinking of you when even you're far away. Their home looked just as we remember. The furniture, the framed family photos, the soft sound of the television in the background, it was all the same. There was a quiet comfort in being space that hadn't changed much. My auntie had prepared food even though the main Eid celebration had passed the day before. She brought out plates of opor ayam and sambal goreng, kentang, rendang, and ketupat. There were jars of homemade cookies on the table, carefully arranged in a row. Nastar, kastengel, and putri salju waited patiently for us to pick them up. We started the afternoon by sitting in the living room, catching up on stories. My uncle shared news from the neighborhood, who had returned for aid, who had moved, who had changed since we last visited. My auntie asked about our Ramadan, about how things were back home, and whether we had managed to take some time off. The conversation weren't loud or fast. They flowed naturally. There were pauses, moments of silence, and the comfort of knowing there was no need to rush. Eventually, we moved to the dining table. My auntie had quietly reheated the food while we were talking, making sure everything was warm. She served us generously, encouraging us to eat more even after we were full. The food tasted just it always had, full of flavor, made with care. Each bite brought back of memory past visits. My siblings and I glanced at one another, quietly agreeing that this was one of the better meals we'd had in a while. After the meal, we returned to the living room. My uncle made tea and my auntie brought out more cookies. We stayed there for the rest of the afternoon. Some of us talked, some rested. At one point, my uncle from Surabaya, another uncle in Solo, stepped outside for a short walk. While the rest of us looked through an old photo album my auntie pulled out from the drawer. It had pictures from past eight gatherings, family weddings, and others' memory when we were younger. We pointed at the pictures, smiled, and remembered things we had forgotten. As the sky began to darken, we got ready to head back to the hotel. My auntie quickly packed some food for us to take along just in case we got hungry later. My uncle walked us to the car and thanked us for coming, saying that even though we couldn't be there on the first day of it, our visit still meant a lot. We promised to visit again, hopefully not waiting so long next time. They stood at the gate and waved as we drove off. Back at the hotel, the city was quiet, the street was almost empty, and the light from building gave soft glow to the night. We didn't go out again, we stayed in, each of us resting in our own way. The day had been full, not with event or activity, but with something that felt much more meaningful. We slept early without needing to say much. The next morning, we woke up slowly. There was no need to rush. We had breakfast at the hotel, packed our bags, and check out in the late morning. Before leaving Solo, we decided to stop by my uncle and auntie home one last time to say goodbye. It was a short visit this time, just a few more words and few more smiles and couple of family photos taken at the front of the house. My auntie gave us some snack to take home, and my uncle reminded us again to keep in touch. By early afternoon, we were back on the road. The drive home felt quiet than the drive there. Everyone seemed to be in their own thoughts. The car was peaceful, no one said much, but there was calmness in the silence. A sense of contentment we had come, we had spent, and we were going home with something more than we had left with. It's not always the length of visit that matters. Sometimes even a short trip is enough to remind you of what really matters. Being with people you care about, taking time to slow down and reconnecting without distraction, even though we arrived a day after it and returned the very next day. It didn't feel like we had missed anything. If anything, it felt like we had experienced it in its quietness and most sincere form. When we reached home that evening, the routine of daily life began to return. The bags were unpacked, the snacks were placed in the kitchen, the photos we took were looked again together, but sometimes stayed with us from that visit. This year, 8 will be remembered not for any big event, but for that quiet trip to Solo, for the drive with family, for the short time but meaningful time spent with my uncle and auntie, for the stillness that follow. It reminds me that sometimes simplicity is enough, and in that simplicity, there is often the most